How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I have with me David, or Archetype, and he's going to be talking about Kaspa. How much Kaspa you need to retire, where he thinks Kaspa is going to go, what is he going to do with his Kaspa during this bull run. If you want to trade Kaspa, there's a link underneath the video to Margex. You can see right here, Kas was a crypto that we got them to add in. You can trade up to 25x leverage, and if you want to use your Kaspa as collateral, you can actually trade different cryptos with your Kaspa. Let's say right here I have 8,190 Kaspa, but I want to trade the Bitcoin chart because it's not quite as volatile. I can use Kaspa as my underlying collateral, so if I get a 100% return on Bitcoin, on some Bitcoin trade, I get double the amount of Kaspa that I put into the trade. They also have a big giveaway going on right now, actually a trading giveaway where depending on how much you trade, you get up to $5,000 worth of Kaspa tokens. So definitely check this out underneath the video. Also, check out David's link as well to his Twitter and to his YouTube so that you can see future Kaspa videos and other market related videos as well. Let's get into the content. David, thank you so much for coming on the channel. As I said in the intro, we'll leave a link to you underneath. Do you mind just starting by telling us what Kaspa is?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the channel, Sam. So Kaspa is the fastest scalable layer one proof of work chain out there. So it has a maximum supply of 20.7 billion. And yeah, it's probably the second coming to Bitcoin out there. It has a lot of the same different characteristics. And it's a brand new cryptocurrency, hasn't been through a full bull run yet. And it's having a bull run regardless of all the other cryptocurrencies crashing. It's holding up really well compared to the rest of the market. And I've been investing in Kas for, over a year now. And it's definitely the bulk of my portfolio for sure. And I'm super, super bullish on it for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking right before this, and you did mention it was the bulk of your portfolio. And you got in relatively early too, right? Maybe you can tell us when you got in versus what the price is now.
So I've been DCing since a penny, and I'm still DCing into it right now. I told my channel members that I'm going to stop DCing above 20 cents, but these sea creature levels as well, like the amount of Kaspa that you have in different levels matters, right? So if you're a fish, try to get in the dolphin tier. If you're a dolphin, try to get in the shark tier, and I'll go into what the numbers are and stuff. But for myself, I've packed my bags, since the bear market. And I still think that 15 cents right here for Kaspa, even though if you look at the chart, it looks like it's close to all-time highs, but that's super bullish. It's consolidating near 20 cents. It reached an all-time high about a month ago. Name me other cryptocurrencies that set an all-time high like 35 days ago. There's not that many. Yeah. So it is a really good store of value, and I'm going to continue to DC into it for a while. I found out about Kaspa about a year and a half ago, below a penny, but I only started buying it at a penny after I started researching it a lot more, and it just makes sense, and that's why it's performing the way it is.
Sure. So let's say someone's coming into the market, they buy some Bitcoin, they buy some Ethereum, they see your channel, they say, maybe I should look into Kas. What's the bullish case? Like what sets us apart from any other crypto in the market maybe?
Yeah, so bullish case for Kas, but so basically it's the only cryptocurrency that can solve the blockchain trilemma, right? So security, decentralization, scalability. And so the scalability aspect, there's going to be a whole entire ecosystem that's going to be built on top of a Kaspa. Most likely in 2025, you're going to see a lot of different projects thrive on the chain. These are called KRC20s. So, ERC20s for Ethereum. All this stuff is coming. So meme coins, and you see as well a lot of retail adoption come over to Solana and then Tron now. And you need to have a meme coin ecosystem built on top of it to bring over that retail hype. And that's coming to Kaspa. So again, it's super, super quick. It's 1 block per second right now compared to Bitcoin, which is 10 blocks per second. So it's ultra, ultra scalable. It's fair launched, no pre-mine, and it has all the different characteristics, like I said earlier. So this thing is going to outperform. I mean, I'm a Kaspa bull, but I'm definitely not a moon boy whatsoever. I'm very hyper realistic with my price predictions. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but Cardano last cycle didn't even have smart contracts onto it yet. Okay. And it reached $3.09, I believe, at the all-time high, 45 billion maximum supply. And it was a $95 billion market cap. Kaspa right now is like 3.7 billion market cap. I think at least there's a 10x left in the tank, but I also think it's $2 to $5. That's my price prediction this cycle. Bear case scenario, 60 cents, 70 cents. Like if it really doesn't perform very well, which I'm prepared for that too. You know, as an investor, you have to be prepared for a bear case, conservative and ultra bullish, DCA out strategy. But $2 to $5 seems like it's programmed, especially the way it's performing since, you know, its launch, you know, in 2021. So
yeah. So bearish, maybe 4x, bullish 30, 35x.
right.
That would still put it below Cardano, or yeah, right around Cardano last cycle. It seems like the communities are pretty similar. Like the Cardano community from last cycle, very strong. People loved watching Cardano videos. People love talking about Cardano. Kaspa, it seems like the same thing, like a really tight knit community, right?
Yeah, you could say it's like a cult-like following community, but it's not based off of delusion like some other cryptocurrencies out there. It's based off of fundamentals.
Yeah.
And that's what separates it. It makes it a special project. There's not really that much else out there like Kaspa, right? Like there was other projects last cycle, like Kadena, things like that. But Kadena had about, I think it was about 30% allocated to the team. Kaspa really didn't have anything from the get-go. There was no pre-mine, no allocations to any, you know, VCs, or it was completely fair launched. So, and again, because there's computational energy that backs every single coin, there's value behind that, right? There's there's energy that goes behind every single one. So again, Bitcoin, you're seeing it's still the number one after being out for, you know, over a decade now. And there's been a bunch of Bitcoin killers that came out and they failed to flip Bitcoin over time. Ethereum, Solana, things like that still haven't even come close to Bitcoin's market cap. And you finally see something that can do what Bitcoin does, but better, and it improves upon it. And you also have it as a hybrid approach where it has like a whole ecosystem, kind of like Ethereum with the smart contracts being built on top of it. And that's Kaspa. And Kaspa, if you guys didn't know this, it is Aramaic, the word Kaspa for silver. So Bitcoin's digital gold, you have digital silver and Kaspa. I think long-term, Kaspa has the potential to be the second biggest cryptocurrency on the planet, if not like top 10, you know, for sure. This cycle, I think top 10 is doable. I think it can put Cardano and Toncoin, but we'll see what it does. It's already 22nd in the world, and it hasn't even been listed on Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com, Gemini, and it's already 22nd in the world right now. So when you have the floodgates open with the tier ones, you're going to have all these different retail investors that don't know how to use a tier 3 exchange, tier 2. They just don't want to learn how to do it, or maybe it's not available in the region yet. They can go get Kaspa now on spot. So we haven't even seen that influx of the investors yet. So there's only 400,000 people worldwide that have Kaspa. I mean, that's the amount of addresses. There's multiple people that have multiple addresses. So I think it's going to have a massive bull run. It's, you know, show me other charts that have been showing strength compared to Bitcoin, Solana, and, you know, there's not that much else. Tron is having a bull run as well right now. That's doing pretty good, but Kaspa is proof of work. So it's different.
Yeah, Tron's done well, but also it's at about the same price that's been previously, where Kaspa is, you know, breaking new highs, it seems like every month or two. And it's the new one to the scene. I feel like whenever there's this kind of price action, it does make people a little bit more culty. Like they've made a ton of money. They're extremely bullish. They have a lot to lose and to gain if it does well. And also there are people then that they get like you that then talk about Kaspa for free. Like they don't have to have a marketing department. They might still, but they don't have to, because they have so many people that just love it and they're these communities. So then it's easier to like talk about it and tell new people about it. You're making me bullish. You're making me bullish. On your channel, you had a video, 4,000 Kaspa will turn into a lot. You also said, is 30,000 or 37,000 Kaspa enough to retire? Maybe you can take us through like various wealth levels. You talked about it a little bit earlier, but like, what is the goal?
Yeah, so people want to know, how much Kaspa do I need to become a millionaire? And I would say there's multiple different scenarios you could go through, right? If you're kind of like in a low cost of living country, Thailand, you know, there's a bunch out there. 37,000 Kaspa with a 2% inflation rate, which, you know, if you want to account for 5 to 8%, which is more realistic, maybe a little bit more than 37,000 Kaspa. If it reaches Cardano's market cap of last cycle, that put Kaspa around $4.50, $5. So that's the all-time high of Cardano, which of course it's possible it doesn't reach that. But I think, there's a really good likelihood that it does, that it gets pretty close to it. 37,000 Kaspa would put you in the fish category. That's 10,000 to 100,000 Kaspa, or 99,999. And I think that just having 37,000 Kaspa is going to separate you and make you in an elite tier of people worldwide, right? Most people on the planet don't even have exposure to crypto yet. There's only 560 million people worldwide that have some sort of exposure to crypto. And most of those people are in Bitcoin and Ethereum and the normie coins. Kaspa is a blue chip cryptocurrency, but it's still not regarded as a normie coin yet because it's not on the big exchanges. So you're still cutting edge, you're still early, and it's only a $3.7 billion market cap right now, like at the time of this video. It's down from the all-time high, like of 5 billion. So this is a really good time to DCA. Not financial advice, of course, but I think that having over 100,000 Kaspa, being in the dolphin tier, really makes you an elite person worldwide, because there's only 18,000 dolphins worldwide. There's 2,000 sharks. That's a million plus Kaspa. There's only 20.7 billion Kaspa, right? And the majority of it's already circulating on the market. Another thing that makes it different from other things is it has a fast emission schedule. Most of the Kaspa, 84% of it's already mined. So you're not going to have a lot of dilution when you see charts like that are way down from the all-time high that are not performing very well this cycle. Most of it is because there's team allocations, there's VCs, there's pre-sale rounds, things like that. And these people, when they get their tokens unlocked, they have a lot of incentives to sell them because they've invested so early, right? The ICOs and stuff. Kaspa is not like that, right? So again, the miners are selling Kaspa to cover their electricity bills every single month, but they also understand the long-term prospects of this coin, right? You're seeing there's this site called Kaspalytics, and you can go see the HODL waves. And kind of just like Bitcoin, there's more and more Kaspa that's getting handed from short-term investors to long-term investors. That's not moving. It's the inactive supply. And so people understand the long-term potential of this. And I'm just like you guys, right? I just want to make a lot of money this cycle, and cash out, right? I'm going to sell the majority of my Kaspa this cycle and try to reaccumulate in the bear market. I'm also going to have a long-term bag here, about 10% of my portfolio with Kaspa. I'm not going to be selling. I'm just going to keep that in a long-term, investment account right there. But 90% is up for grabs, and I still think it's risk to reward wise this cycle. I think it is the best thing that you can get into. Are we going to see how this video ages? Yeah, for sure. We'll see what happens in a few months here. But again, it stood the test of time so far. It's still going up and to the right, especially if you saw us on that logarithmic chart. Really, really nice chart. It kind of mirrors Bitcoin, and it has all the same characteristics. So that's what makes me super bullish.
Are you going to scale out then as the price goes up, or are you just going to drop a ton of it, 90% on the market?
Yeah, so my members and I, we're going to be scaling out. Some people have higher price predictions than me this cycle. They think Kaspa can hit $10 to $20. I'm a lot more bearish than that. I think that $2 to $5 for its first ever bull run is extremely, extremely good, considering that it started below, a penny. And Cardano, they're not the same project at all. But just because Cardano didn't have smart contracts and it was all built off of hype, that's why there's a lot of comparisons. And if you go on marketcapof.com, it's one of the top compared, cryptos out there, Kaspa to Cardano's market cap. So again, my bullish case scenario, and I'd be happily surprised if it passes $5, but it is $5 this cycle based off of the supply, based off of how much is circulating. And I think that this market cap this cycle is going to be the biggest bull run of all time right here. So if we go from 6 trillion to $10 trillion of market cap for everything, I think Kaspa reaching, 80 to $100 billion, still dropping the bucket. And it can easily do that, especially for a top 10, top 15 cryptocurrency. If you look at the projects that are ahead of Kaspa right now, you have old tech like Litecoin, you have Leo, which is Bitfinex's token. You have a couple exchange tokens ahead. I think Uniswap is ahead. Uniswap, there's no utility with it whatsoever. So when you look at actual utility with this stuff, and 99% of cryptocurrencies don't have any utility, Kaspa does have utility. It's digital peer-to-peer money that transacts at the speed of light. You know, it's scalable, and it's fair launched and everything like that. So again, people don't want to spend Bitcoin on a coffee, right? They want to hodl their Bitcoin because it's digital wealth, digital gold. Kaspa, you need something else that's also decentralized and that people actually want to spend for money. So this is something where people, stores around the world, they already have QR codes set up. You can send Kaspa from one wallet to another, and as soon as you swipe it, it's another person's wallet. It's so quick, and yeah, I'm super bullish on it for sure.
David, thank you so much for coming on. Obviously, we'll have your channel, Archetype, linked down below. We'll also have your Twitter as well if you want it. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure everyone's going to love this, so we'll have to have you on again too.
Thanks so much for having me on, Sam.
Now, if you're bullish on this after the video, definitely go check out Margex. There's a link to it underneath the video where you can get in on the free Kaspa airdrop. So you can get tokens absolutely for free. And then also if you want to trade the Kaspa chart, you can check that out. Also, like I said, there's a link to David underneath the video as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.